So there's a million ways you can use AppDingo, which is actually the thing I like best about the app. And one particularly ideal use case is for trade groups and membership associations. So for example, you can use the broadcast messages feature to broadcast out timely messages to your members. Things like event reminders, maybe there's an event coming up later today or next week, and you want to make sure people get registered. You can broadcast that out directly with a link, and it'll pop up on their phone, and then go right into it and sign up. Very easy. You can send out alerts about important dates, membership renewal reminders, you name it, anything you can think of. Another option is, keeping a list of upcoming events. So when you put content into the app, you can tag it as an event. It'll get pulled out into its own tab, and now you have a list of all your upcoming events in order. So very handy for members who maybe don't know every single event that's coming up. It's a good way for you to try to drive additional participation in those events because things don't get missed. It's just a one-stop shop, easy source that's available 24/7. You can also put a lot of information that's like sort of at-a-glance information in there. Things like the upcoming events feed, or links to social media. If you want your link to your Facebook or Instagram or LinkedIn profiles, that can all go right in there and simple click, and people have direct access to it. Also very important, you can give them access to the correct phone number, the correct email address for whatever admin person you want them responding to. That can be particularly important when you have those stubborn long-term members that maybe keep emailing the old person. So it's a very easy way to just disseminate that information all in one stop. It's also great for nudging members toward important communications. Maybe you've just sent out a newsletter and there's actually something really important in there this time. You want to make sure they know about it. You can broadcast out a message and they'll know all about it. It's great too because when communication comes back in from the membership, you can load balance across multiple admins so that it's not just the one person that's a choke point on the back end. So it's really helpful. Or if that person's on vacation or indisposed in some sort of a meeting, someone else can step in and handle that seamlessly. So those are all great use cases, but one thing that's really ideal is, right now, if you're sending out information by email, you're getting what, maybe a 20, if you're super good at it, maybe a 40% open rate. Well, text messages and messages like with AppDingo that pop up just like a text message get between 95 and 100% open rates. I mean, it's just astronomical, so you really can't beat it with any other medium. This also allows your membership to compartmentalize communications. So instead of having to send messages that go into their email inbox or into their text stream where there's a lot of other noise and it can get buried, this allows you to have a totally separate stream in a separate app, which is just a little less noisy and easier for them to manage. So it really also can add value to your sponsors. So if your organization has partnerships or sponsors that fund it, this is a great place for them to have their logos and their business information prominently displayed. You can pin it right to the top of the feed, and every time your members are in there, they can have a little message that just kind of nudges them towards those sponsors. So it's a great way to add value and hopefully drive even more sponsorship for your organization. So I hope this gives you a pretty good idea of how this can be used in this case. But if you have other questions that I didn't cover, please feel free to reach out. We'd always love to talk to you. Otherwise, as always, we'll see you next time.